So let's talk about our thoughts on episode 6 and the series in general. I'll let you go first.
Episode 6 was fun. The series in general, it was fine. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It wasn't like, oh, it's Wednesday, got to turn on Moon Knight, right? But at the same time, like, I wanted to finish it because I think the performances from the two leads, Oscar Isaac and I'm blanking on the young lady's name.
May Calamawy. Calamawy. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. She played Layla. Go ahead.
Calamawy. Calamawy. I think their performances were great. Oscar Isaac was a complete standout. I really dug the stinger. I don't know anything about this character. I just know that I just knew of the three personalities, and I did a little bit of research about what those personalities are in the comics. They vary wildly in the show. But I appreciated that they were so different.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were so very different. Oscar Isaac looked like he was having a blast. I think a second season, and I don't know if it's been renewed for a second season, but I think a second season of this show could be amazing.
Because you already got started. You're already in the middle.
I think the first season was the Disney Plus version of a Phase 1 film for me, and at this point, like most Phase 1 films, like unless you're doing something wildly dramatic, like the first Doctor Strange, Phase 1 style movies, they're fine, but I'm not like super hyped for them, right? But I feel like a second season of this could just be amazing because you get to see Oscar Isaac, who is, Oscar Isaac is one of the best young living actors right now, man.
Easily.
Like he is killing it in literally anything he does.
Yep.
So I hope it gets renewed for a second season. I can't, if it does, I can't wait to see how Oscar Isaac plays these three characters. And, but my overall, like if I had to score it, it's the entire season. It's like a 2.5 or a 3 out of 5. It's fine. It's right down the middle for me. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it.
Right. So I feel largely the same way. From my understanding, before the 6th episode came out, it said that it was the series finale. But then when the episode was like right about to be released, they changed it to season finale. So I think it is going to get a second season, right? I don't know if they were trying to keep that under wraps just for the stinger kind of thing, or if they were like that was on purpose.
They messed up. They wanted to say series, but said season. They wanted to say series because if you said series, then it could have been nominated for a certain category for the Emmys.
Oh, interesting.
But because they said season, it's not like a limited series, so it can't be nominated for a limited series Emmy.
I see.
And they quickly changed it from season back to series. So,
I see.
We'll see.
Yeah, but either way, I dug it. And look, the thing that I said last week, I stick by, which is with any of these sort of, and I agree with you, this is like, it feels like very Phase 1, right? But I think also the shows are kind of designed, outside of maybe Captain America and the Winter Soldier, all of these shows are designed as like heavy, like character developing shows that are low on action, right?
And I don't have a problem with that. I don't either. I think the issue is that this is a new character. Those other shows were already established characters that we already have relationships with.
Right. You want to get to the big shit. Like I understand that.
I want my characters. I know enough about the character. I'm impatient, basically. I'm impatient.
Right. And look, you're 20 something movies into this franchise, right? Like it makes sense. But what I said last week, I stick to, which is you have to pay attention to the performances of those characters. That's where the money is, right? This is all set up. That all matters to a degree of just like continuity and storytelling. But what truly matters is what you think of Oscar Isaac's performance. What do you think of May Calamawy's performance? Because those characters will show up in something else, right? If you don't dig their performance, then that's probably a problem. But if you really like their performance, then when Moon Knight shows up in Midnight Suns or Marvel Knights or whatever he's going to show up in, you're going to be like, oh shit, like here he comes, right? Like, so you've already established who he is. And then when he shows up, he's that much bigger and that much more developed, and you have a real connection with him. And then he just goes fucking, balls to the wall. Like a prime example of that. And this gives nothing away. Prime example is all of the information that you learn about Wanda in WandaVision makes her showing up in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. It makes it that much richer, right? And like, so when that character shows up, you're like, all right, like you're already dialed into what that character is motivated to do and what they want and everything else. So it just moves a lot faster, and it just makes that character richer when they show up on screen. So that's kind of how I feel like that's how they're playing these shows, which is a good springboard kind of method. You just have to go in knowing that these shows are all kind of going to be phase one. It's going to happen with Miss Marvel too. But then the next time you see her, she's in Marvels, so she'll be fully realized. And then you get to be like, oh, okay, now I have all of her motivation. Now let's see what she does. So,
yeah, it's a clever way of not having to produce a huge budget phase one movie.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to do all the advertising. You don't have to do any of that.
Like if Brie Larson's Captain Marvel was introduced this way, I don't think people would hate on that movie as much as they do. Not saying that a bunch of people hate on that movie. I think people hate on that movie just because they don't like Brie Larson for whatever reason.
Right.
But I think it would affect the character a little. I think it would have affected the character a little better.
Yep.
Given that character a little more time to grow. So yeah. But
so overall with the series though, I enjoyed the sort of latter half a lot. I thought episode 5 and 6 were really great. I mean, 5 was phenomenal, probably the best episode of the series easily. And it was just acting. Like they were just fucking kicking ass. And so I really liked it. I thought the finale was fun as hell. Like it was very cool to see like Steven fighting with the Eskrima sticks, like kicking ass equally as much as Mark was. Like he was tearing people up. That was awesome. Seeing
it felt like it flew by though. Like it
was like the shortest episode they had, or like the shortest finale of any of the shows or something like that. It was like 43 minutes. It was like,
before I knew it was over. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't nearly as long as the other episodes. But like I liked the fight sequences and stuff like that. I thought the choreography was actually pretty good. So I thought that looked good. I thought Scarlet Scarab looked really dope. I really liked that costume. I thought it was awesome. Patty Jenkins should be embarrassed. That golden chicken nonsense they put into Wonder Woman 1984. So yeah, look, I'm here for it. I like the way it ended. I thought it was a really good stinger, probably one of the better ones we've seen in a long time. So yeah, I'm all in for this character. So we'll see where he shows up next. But my guess is he shows up a heck of a lot sooner in something else before a second season. My guess is he makes it into a movie before this. Before that. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to everybody who worked on Moon Knight, man. They did a good job.